Hey! Hi, everybody. We're all crooked and shit. That's okay. Michael. Henry is over there grabbing a sandwich. I think Hannah's on her way. And Shannon, I'm a little worried about you, buddy. I don't know where you're at. We need you.
He's a camera guy.
Yeah, he's our grip. He's our best boy. He's our best boy, our grip. Welcome to the Oniichan Power Hour. This is brought to you by Eskimo Hut, as always, maker of fine, sticky, sweet alcoholic beverages. Michael, they also make these wacky Jello shots. You go right ahead, Henry. You're not interrupting anything. Oh, we are, but that's absolutely.
I promised Hannah I would have her letter of recommendation for it.
Oh, yeah.
And I have it, but my sister typed it. And I didn't have time to get to it.
That's cool.
Yeah. You got to type a copy.
Yeah, I wrote her one as
Can
well.
you see those?
I can, but how do you get out? Get it out?
Oh,
I don't have that.
I wrote her one as well. I'm really looking. I hope that she gets in. So Hannah, who is not here yet, has applied to SCAD, which is Southern College of Art and Design. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
I think so.
I think that's right.
No,
And they only have 3 campuses in the world.
she's been accepted.
I don't know. I think she's put in for it. Her sister goes there.
I gave her a loan.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's fantastic. She'll make a great director.
so what's the number?
Oh, it's 776.
This is the kind of action that we have on the Oniichan Power Hour. We have phone dialing,
Okay.
which is always hot. I'd like to mention that at the top here, you see this is just a list of companies registered with the SEC. This will be running all evening for your introduction. In beautiful Waco, Texas, the intro video. Yeah. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's Serge. Hey, Serge. Thanks, buddy. Where's Logan? I need Logan. Tell him to show up. All right. So, I got a couple things here. So, Michael, you were telling me, number one, sorry I couldn't make it, guys. I'm just that's good. It's good. We're good, man. Everybody has a life. Aaron's back broke in half.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just broke right in half. I don't know what he's going to do. He's no longer able to even move. So, that's good.
That's one of those Mortal Kombat characters who rips that spine scot to him.
Right, absolutely. So tell me, you were telling me about your job. So let's talk about. There's Hannah. Let's talk about what you do. What do you do? What's your job?
Let's see. I don't
You
know what
inseminate
it is anymore.
horses, right?
Yeah, I don't know what else it is anymore.
Hey,
It tells us different
How are you?
things all the time.
huh? Yeah, it's pretty much skeleton crew this evening.
Yeah.
However, we're going to do whatever we got to do. So we're good. California this weekend. Driving to California. Serge says he's driving to California. That's a long trip.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of. I don't know, Serge. What are you going there for? He's chatting with us. So yeah, it's not real time. So Michael, tell us what it is you do. You work at a horse barn,
Yeah, the
equestrian
it's
center.
technically called.
Okay, so a horse barn.
Yeah.
All right, and you help inseminate the horses. Is that what you do?
Nope. I show him horse crap.
You shovel horse crap.
That's about it.
Okay. All right.
But he's giving us jobs that we are.
Now wait a minute. Wait. We got to. These fine folks don't know who you're
shovel
talking
horse
about. Well, no, they don't know who you're talking about. So you're talking about your boss. It's Shannon, everybody. Shannon's
Hey,
here.
there he is.
Hey, do me a favor, Shannon. Best grip. Would you tilt that down just a little bit? Yeah, there you go. Look at him. He's got the immediate feedback. Look at that. Shannon on the case, everybody. Oh, so much better. Look at that. Now we're still crooked, though. I don't understand. Jack up one of those feet a little bit. Yeah, on your side. Jack it up just a little bit. This one's cool.
Oh, I know why.
I mean, we're good. We're just...
I know why. This leg right here, it's a little bit like
there you go. It's a little bit country. The rest of them are a little bit rock and roll.
like that, and then if you put
Yeah, we're even more crooked. Hey,
and make it.
that's closer. Yeah. Up a little. Up a little. There we go. Boy, this show is not without its production values. So Serge says we're dropping off a hat for an LA Ram going to the Super Bowl and also fitting up some other celebrity. Okay, so Serge, here's the thing, man. You got to film that. Film that, okay? Hannah's having a conversation. Henry, everybody listen. What are they saying?
What are they saying, Mike?
Either Sunday or Monday. It'll happen in one of those 2 days. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You think after making enchilada dinners 6 days in a row, I'd have this down to science?
Yeah, I don't understand, man.
Took
Why
me
do you buy so many
50
enchiladas?
minutes. Took me 50 minutes today.
You
so-
bought a lot of frozen enchilada dinners.
Yeah, I get in a thing there.
So you get kind of in
I get in a groove.
a K-hole,
Yeah,
an enchilada hole.
but it takes me an hour to make it. That's why I was late.
Why?
I'm not a chef.
Don't you have a microwave? You don't just microwave them?
No, I'm making from scratch.
Oh, you're making them from scratch. So you bought the ingredients.
Yeah.
So I was under the assumption that you just bought a shitload of frozen dinners.
No.
Okay. So you're literally making enchiladas 6 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, 9 more days. They made up 6 days so far.
And you're making it 9 more days?
Yeah.
15 days
Because
of
I
enchiladas.
bought a bunch of tortillas and I got to fill up the tortillas. Nothing goes to waste.
You're nuts.
But you think after 6 days I'd have it down? No.
Henry, he's eating enchiladas 15 days in a row.
Well, that sounds like a good deal.
Well, they come in 8 packs. They come in 8 packs. So
Well, yeah.
you got to.
Food supply.
Serge says, okay, Henry, let me tell you what's happening.
Don't forget the refried beans.
Refried beans.
You'll be smelling them.
So, well, thank you. We're good. So you remember Serge, right? Serge, the guy who was at the end of the table last week, right? Wants to live in space, from what I remember. He has a friend named Logan, who is a hat maker. He's a haberdasher, I guess you would say. Is that haberdash?
I think so.
Haberdasher?
I
Okay.
played one.
Did you? Okay. That makes perfect sense. And so the haberdasher has a business where he custom fits hats, makes these beautiful hats, expensive hats for people, and they are traveling to California. No, I'm good. They're traveling to California this weekend to sell one of these hats or give one of these hats to one of the football players for the LA Rams who's going to the Super Bowl. That's pretty exciting. I mean, wouldn't you say? Here in Waco, Texas, you sell a hat to a guy for the LA Rams who's going to the Super Bowl.
Party, or is it not a helmet?
Oh, no, it doesn't fit over his helmet. No, it's an actual, it's like a fedora almost, yeah, but a little bit bigger. Wide brimmed hat, I would guess. Serge, if you're still watching, how does he describe the hats? Are they fedora like? So you didn't hear that story? They're traveling to California to give the hat to one of the LA Rams who's going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's so
How exciting is that, huh?
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah, so there's going to be more film for you.
Wow. Yeah, I brought it. I didn't know. That
Did you really?
I brought it to show to I don't know, but I can show you.
Oh my God, I'd love to see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Serge, if you're still listening, she's got something. That's pretty amazing. No, I bet it's good.
I've never done like a vlog thing.
I'd still bet it's good. I bet it's all right. Yeah, I don't doubt that it's. Hey, well, let's put it this way: it's better than anything I attempted because I handed it to you and said, "Go be creative." But yeah, I bet it's good. This young lady here is Hannah, who Henry was referring to. He has tried to write her a letter of recommendation because she's trying to get into SCAD. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. It's good. Have you already applied?
I'll submit it by the end of it.
Excited?
Yeah.
Nervous?
It went by so fast.
Yeah.
So it kind of has this content. Yeah, I think once I submit everything,
Right.
it'll kind of hit me. But they're supposed to get back to you within like 2 weeks or 3 weeks from when you apply.
Really? That quick?
Yeah.
Holy
Because
crap.
they don't really have deadlines. They say just make sure to apply within like 2 months of the term you want to start.
Wow.
So,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
I mean, because
So
if
it's
a
very fast.
yeah, that's extremely fast for a school.
Yeah, because typically, like with
Months.
undergraduate.
Months. Yeah. If not years. Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, I'm saying, as a former teacher of seniors,
Yeah.
those dudes, they
You're always
never,
looking, like, so far ahead.
well, they never apply in time, and they leave all this money on the table and all this stuff. And so, yeah, that's fascinating. All right, so we'll be chronicling Hannah's journey to SCAD eventually,
If
and
I didn't.
she'll be filming all of this and just getting it back to the Great Unwashed here, and we'll share it with
I'm
people.
denied it'll be very short-lived, but day one.
Well, it'll all be in black and white then.
I still showed up to class and then accept me. It'll be very.
I bet they've had people like that.
Oh, I'm sure. I really don't doubt it.
We had a guy one time who this was at the collegiate level, who threatened a teacher in class, and he literally had blood on his shoes when he did it. So that's a little scary.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little frightening.
So, you've taught for a long time.
Yes, Hannah, I'm 143 years old. Yeah,
Not that long.
I've got fossils on my hands. There's imprints.
Have you ever experienced anything, not necessarily like being threatened, but what's one of your weirdest experiences?
So I had snakes fall from the ceiling one time in the middle of class.
I had fights about that.
Yes. Oh, fights are. Yeah, that's. So I was teaching at the old University High, and yeah, and yeah, I was one of the outbuildings, right? So the Kate building, the CTE building, where I was teaching. This was a robotics class. And nobody knows, outside of here, but it's a highly Hispanic school, right? I mean, the Hispanic population is very, very high. Had some of the students that I remember the most fondly came from there, but when snakes fall from the drop ceiling, people scatter really, really quick. Yeah. So you remember the old university? It's basically in the middle of a field. Right? And so they started building around it, and all these mice, right, started scattering. Where there's mice, there's snakes. And so, yeah, it fell on a girl.
So this wasn't like a snake escaped from...
Oh, no, this was just a grass snake, but it was about that big around, and it just plopped right in the middle of class, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't great.
In fourth grade, this boy, he said, I got some worms, put them on a stick, and the girl was sitting on the wall, looking into space, and he slipped up behind her, and lowered them with the stick, and she screamed and hit him.
What was it?
Worms.
Well, worms, yeah.
I just remember when I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, a squirrel got into school. And I feel like it was like shut down.
Yeah,
And the whole school.
that's right. I can imagine. So you got to know this. Teachers and administrators are looking for any reason to shut the school down.
Oh, okay.
Right? We all want out.
Yeah.
We know we've made a bad decision, and we just want to go. And so, yeah, squirrel, that absolutely tracks. Squirrel in the school, bye, gotta go. It's a health hazard. Yeah,
We've
thing's
had
gonna bite.
a bat in our school.
You had a bat?
At the gym one time, yeah.
Mm.
A bunch of the kids were chasing it down with jackets trying to get it out of the air.
Oh,
Yeah, when he got bit, he had to get rabies shots.
in the stomach, they give those rabies shots.
Yeah.
He had to get rabies
Yeah,
shots.
in the stomach.
It bit him.
It's like a series of shots. So it's like it's 5, 6, 8 shots, something like that. And it's a series. You have to keep going back and getting these shots in the stomach. It's crazy.
That's,
Don't get bit.
I can barely take a shot in the arm.
Yeah. So as a kid, I had like these intense allergies and stuff, right? So I had to go every week and get the allergy shots. So needles don't bother me at all, that kind of stuff. But I would not want to get shot in the stomach. It's just,
I don't know if anyone has said this before, but I heard that with allergies, like if you have honey that was produced by like Texas bees,
yeah, it helps.
it helps.
Yeah. So that's absolutely true. So if you get honey from the local area,
Yeah.
it builds up that immunity in you. So it's the local flowers, the local pollen, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I take bee pollen.
Okay.
Just eat the bee pollen. Yeah, I
Do you
do.
put it on anything? Or?
Nah, I just eat a little thing of bee pollen. It works pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, it's going to take a lot of bee pollen, Henry. I'm a larger man, so I'm wondering. Have you ever had the honeycomb? The bee honeycomb?
Not that I know of.
Somebody slipped some honeycomb into something you were eating.
That might maybe be some, but
So,
what it was.
you can buy like the honey that's got the honeycomb,
You know,
and from what I understand, you just chew on it, and it's almost like you remember the little bottles, the little wax bottles that had the liquid in them. It's like that almost. Yeah, you're just chewing the honey out. Hey, look at this delivery of a sandwich. There you go. Man, that thing is beautiful. Hey, I love that hat, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Stole it from my room.
Is it Draft House?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's beautiful.
He's like, before I moved out, she had oh my gosh.
Are you from Austin?
No, I lived there.
Okay, so you got the Lucy's and the Alamo.
Yes. I
Yeah.
was with her forever.
Yeah, and it's got a price tag on it. That's awesome too.
I put
Love
there.
that. Yeah.
I was pricing that across.
What does it say?
Steak. $8.
That seems fairly cheap. I mean, you really ought to. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I get that. We've got a buddy that sometimes shows up here. He only charges $4 now.
Really?
Yeah.
There's quality.
Bad thing about $4 an hour is you got to make change.
Yeah, and plus that.
Sure. I've never asked him about tax. I don't think he. What's your name?
Trey.
Trey. Mike. Nice to meet you. Yeah. You just start here? 3 weeks ago. Okay. All right. We're here every Thursday.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah. We stream on Twitch.
Right.
Yeah. Like every other idiot in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah. You used to do comedy. Really? Where?
No.
Where?
Oh,
No, you didn't. You weren't like under a bridge doing comedy. So where? Like,
I did do comedy in the bars.
did you?
So people didn't care for it.
Yeah.
And had no.
So you don't do that anymore.
No, I moved back to
Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying you don't do comedy anymore.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, over at True Love every Sunday they have like an open mic.
Is it every Sunday? I thought it was like every other.
Whatever.
I mean,
It's
it's just not consistent.
some Sundays.
There's no, it would have to be like at least once a week.
I know it's this Sunday.
Is it?
You got some material?
I don't do comedy.
That's good material. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Waco,
But everybody-
life is sucked out of it.
Excuse me if I ate.
Oh, please eat. Please eat. Hey, people. No. Listen, Henry. There's this thing on the internet called ASMR, and people love to hear other people chew things. Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you, man. Yeah. Yeah. So the louder you can chew, the better. I'm just saying. Yeah, those Fritos hit somebody's pleasure point.
You know, it used to make me, and I'm sure it still does, it would make me so angry hearing someone like smack. Mostly my sister.
He's leaning into it.
I remember when I was younger, and my sister and I lived at home, one morning when we were leaving for school, we're eating across from each other's table, and she was chewing, and it was really bothering
Yeah.
me. And she starts coughing, and once she was done, I was like, "Can you stop?" And she was like, "Hannah, I was choking." And I stared at her, and I slammed my hand down on the table, stand up, and walk out of the room.
There's a fine line between death and being pissed off.
It was, at the time, it felt so unnecessary for all
You know what I really enjoy is when people are chewing and they go when they chew.
Yeah.
No, not even. Let's say they have their mouth closed, right? And like a human, but they make those sounds.
Throat noise.
Oh, I don't like that.
I hate that.
Oh, and then there's the smacking. Yeah. So my son, he always had a deal. He couldn't take the scraping of a fork, like on his teeth.
Yeah, some people-
That's a weird sound. Yeah.
I know someone who doesn't like when you try to chat. Which
Yeah.
I love chewing on ice, so I always have to be very.
You probably have an iron deficiency. Did you know that?
Okay.
I swear to God, it's a thing. It's a thing. So people with iron deficiencies chew a lot of ice.
Oh, should be thirsty.
The only reason I know that is because my wife had an iron deficiency. Ended up having to go get injections of iron. Yeah. It's a thing.
Wow. I didn't know. So, do you know
WebMD
like, how
up here.
it leads to that? Like why an iron?
I do not know. I don't know the connection. I just know that's one of the side effects. Yeah. I mean, are you tired a lot? You don't seem like a person who's tired a lot.
I just had coffee as well.
Okay. You drink a lot of coffee?
I'm not a fan of coffee. I just drink it.
So you're just drinking it for the up.
Yeah.
This is digging into Hannah. Welcome.
Or like in sessions. Like my family is big about having coffee after lunch or after
Yeah.
dinner or tea.
Do they do like a special coffee or a special tea? I mean, is it?
So my mom's side of the family is Lebanese, so they do like it's like this
Small
Arabic
but
coffee.
very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of earthy.
Yeah.
I don't drink that. I'll just opt for like a tea.
So it's kind of like Henry. You'll know this. The coffee they have in New Orleans with the chicory. It's kind of like that. Chicory is a root that they put into that coffee there, and it's got a real bittery kind of strong flavor. And I'm just wondering if the Lebanese version of that is kind of the same thing.
I'm sure it is because it's very, very strong. It's very like.
Yeah. It's almost
you can't
like
even sip it. Like you just have to kind of.
it's like a shot almost.
Her grandfather was an inspirational figure in my life.
Really?
He owned a fine art movie theater when I was growing up.
Really?
It's in Michigan. It's called the Cornet Theater.
I know that.
And we showed foreign films and like that. We got me there every summer. I loved it. And it was looking.
Wow.
Oh, that's what is one of the things that inspired me to go.
I don't doubt that.
Inspired me.
How cool is that, huh?
Because I didn't know it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah. There's you know what? That's kind of the cool thing here in a smaller town that's getting bigger. People, they end up figuring out that they really knew each other through some sort of connection. You know?
Yeah, like 1 degree away.
Yeah. It's we're all Kevin Bacon up in here. Yeah. So, Michael, again. So you inseminate horses for a living?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, you shovel horses.
I shovel horse crap.
You shovel horse crap, all right. And what do they call that job? What is that? What is it called these days?
Crap shoveler?
No. I doubt very seriously you put in an application for crap shoveler.
Manure management.
Manure management, I like that.
Stall cleaner?
Waste eliminator.
Stall cleaner.
Is that what they call it?
Stall cleaner.
Okay. So we started this ridiculous broadcast by talking about your non-horse insemination job, where you clean out these corrals and horse bedderies. And what is the problem? Your boss?
Yeah, he's being petty.
What is he
Oh,
doing?
I hope you didn't want
he's a big fan. Yeah. Oh,
I always get
we
Come into work. Hey, I heard you talking.
yeah.
Oh, God.
We're big in the horse.
This thing is gonna go
We're
viral.
big in the equine community.
No, ever since Christmas, he's just been getting angrier and ruder and everything.
Did something happen to him at Christmas?
I don't know.
I mean, let's dissect this. Let's get into this, Michael.
The barn manager at the time, because he's
Yeah.
the supervisor,
Sure.
the barn manager wasn't showing up because she had to take her kid to the hospital and everything. And
Okay.
and
We're getting somewhere there.
And it was her time to watch the kids because of
Wash
family
or watch?
Watch the
Okay.
kids because of family and stuff
All right.
that I'm not going to get into.
Sure.
But yeah, she didn't show up, and she had it like on a calendar and everything because we
Yeah.
write off when we need off.
Right.
So she did that. And he's like, "You never wrote it down, or you never told me." And she's like, "I have an email and text message saying this." And so she's like, "Well, maybe I just need to find a new barn manager that doesn't have kids." And it's like, well, all right.
This
do
is
it.
an argument I'll never be in.
Do it.
Maybe I need to find a new barn manager who doesn't have kids.
Yeah. So
I didn't know
she
that
was
argument
"All right,
existed."
do it. And so she got demoted to being one of us now. That just like cleans everything and just stuff like
That's
that.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible. She got demoted to non-horse insemination barn elimination specialist.
Oh, these horses are nudie. They don't.
The horses are
They
neutered.
don't have their testicles. The male horses.
What do they
don't have
do with the
their
testicles?
Throw them in the
God.
trash.
Oh my God! What a waste.
There's
Gotta There's got to be something you can do with them. Polish them up, sell them to some folks down at the Magnolia, something.
There's nothing worse than a boss who does not support you. I had a principal once. And I looked out the window in the sky. It was across the street right in the air. And the skies and I rushed down to the principal's office.
Oh, the student.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying the principal.
No,
I was like, wow, that is a bad principal.
Anyway, he was ready to get out on my side. And I said, and then looked across. And he was ready to my left hand was letting the air out of my side. She looked up. She said, I want you to handle it. I don't want to get involved. It's your job. And I had to
And see, you were a sub, correct?
no, I taught.
Oh, you did teach. Oh, I didn't know you
For
taught
the last
professionally.
2 years I taught.
Oh, wow.
And I liked
When you taught, what did you teach?
theater and
Okay.
and
Wow. And this was where?
no, St. Mary's up the street.
Yes. Yes.
8 years, St. Louis. That's where that happened.
St. Louis.
College school in Boston.
Oh, really?
And then another course.
Okay. Yeah. So never in Waco. Yeah, but I mean, like in this district, in the Waco district. Yeah. So, what would you say the difference is between teaching in St. Mary's, St. Luke's,
Public school.
yeah, and then
Well,
teaching in a public
in,
school or subbing in a public school?
They can spell
Yeah.
in public school, they can 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
That was one thing. And when I worked for the nuns,
Right.
St. Mary's,
Uh huh.
and I was
You ever take a ruler to you, Henry?
almost.
Really?
They would,
I know when you were a kid, you had a ruler taken to you.
yes, I did.
Yes, I get that.
But they would come into the room and select putting up the radio.
Everything stopped, huh? Yeah. You ever seen Blues Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you understand with the nuns. Yeah.
Well, now, but off stage, backstage, one smoke.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah. They have to have a vice. Yeah, something.
And the maid came over and they got to sat down with the teachers.
Right.
And the nuns got there. And she said, this is tough. Those wine and liquor bottles that come out in the garbage. She said, well, hey, for religious purposes. I said, I guess you could say that, I guess.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but but there's nothing worse than a boss who will not support.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, a boss that will not support you is. Yeah, it's tough to do. So, is this affecting the horses in any way?
No, but they can actually what horses can do is like if you're negative around them,
Yeah.
they can feel that.
Right.
Then they can. Just
How do they
just
exhibit that?
Making
Diarrhea?
An attitude,
Huh?
having an attitude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Like if you're riding them, if
like
you
they
have
get
a
real
bad
sassy.
attitude, yeah. If you have a bad attitude, they exhibit that as well. They
Huh.
have a bad attitude.
how so? A lot of kicking,
Yes.
neighing,
A lot of kicking, a lot of bucking. So it just depends on the horse.
a lot of bucking. You
A
said
lot of bucking, so they buck you off and then just keep running.
they can buck you right off. Yep. Yeah. So, the people that come over there and ride these neutered horses that you do not inseminate, are they all like people from the college?
Yeah.
Okay. So the public can't just show up and say, "I'd like to ride a horse."
No, it's
That's what they do if you're afraid of a horse. You get on what with a horse. How would you do that?
If it's a kid, they'll probably be as gentle as they can. Because horses can tell if it's a kid or an
Yeah.
adult.
If it's an adult, what
Yeah,
do
they can tell, and so because we've had kids come over to our place before, and they've got on a horse, and horses that usually are pretty rough, gentle. It's crazy.
Really? With a
Crazy.
child?
Yeah, with a child.
How old?
Say
Like 4 months?
6,
6? Okay. All right.
6, something like that.
What do you think the age is when you can start riding a horse?
Anytime if you can ride it.
Really?
If you know how to ride it.
Newborn.
No.
Strap them to a
Definitely
horse.
not.
Maybe a more gentle, older horse.
Probably.
So let's get back to these testicles. So what do they do? You're just saying they just chunk them right in the trash.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. We had to get one of our donkey's
that-
testicles cut off before.
You had to what? Wait a minute. Let's rewind that just a little bit. You had to get what?
We had to send our donkey to the.
We had
vet
wait.
to get the
Stop right there.
testicles.
We had to send our donkey
Yeah,
to where?
to the vet.
To the vet
Yeah.
to do
Cut
the
off his
horse vet.
testicles. Yeah.
To cut off his testicles.
Yeah. He was a
I thought
butt to
donkeys.
catch.
I thought
He was a butt to catch.
hard to catch a donkey, folks.
Yes. He
So
hated us ever since.
I thought donkeys could not procreate.
No, they can't. They can't. But
Right.
still,
So you're just trying
Still
to
did.
you're just trying to slow down the donkey on donkey action rather than keep
Oh, yeah.
them from.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kept,
So a
kept trying to want to
donkey.
mate with the horses. So we were like,
Well, they're half horse, right? Aren't donkeys half horse?
Mules. Mules are half horses. Mules are infertile. Donkeys are not.
Okay. So
Mules are infertile.
you had a donkey,
Yes.
not a mule.
Yeah. We had a mule, but we have one mule, and she's infertile, so she cannot have kids. But donkeys can't.
Are little mules called kids?
What?
You said you can't have kids.
Yeah.
I mean, what are little mules called when they're born?
Just say words.
Okay, that's fair enough. I get it. Yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah, please. No, God, no, Hannah. You know the rules.
I started watching Blue Planet on Netflix.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. It's the BBC version of like Planet Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
but it's like all ocean. So there's this one fish, and I can't remember its name, but
Jeff.
yes. But the female fish, certain female fish have like high levels of, I don't know that it says exactly like testosterone, but something like that. So
Right.
at a certain age, the fish turns into a male fish.
I get that.
And it was the weirdest thing because they show
So yeah, that the hot fish penetration action. So
so bizarre.
so I read a thing the other day that said if Finding Nemo were true.
Yes.
Yeah, you saw that, right? So the dad fish would just turn into a female, and they would, it'd be like a little, because they can switch.
Oh, I didn't know.
Right. So it's kind of like what you're talking about. Yeah, they can switch sexes under a certain situation or trauma or whatever. Yeah.
I didn't know that was
Or if it
more
That'd be a
requires,
really-
like mind blown.
It'd just be like a really different movie. Is all I'm
If it
saying.
requires it to become a mother, it will.
Right.
If it requires it.
Is that the same for donkeys?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely.
Well, don't get offended when I ask you about
It's
donkeys.
just such a bizarre thing that a creature can do that. Like, I'm so glad humans can't just naturally.
do that.
Well, have you seen Fortnite?
Oh, God.
You can do that in Fortnite, I think. I think that's the appeal.
I'm glad that you don't realize. That's wonderful.
I got a pickaxe. No, you don't. Yeah. So tonight, I thought we were having a Pokemon tournament because all the tables have little numbers on them. But we've just got like 4 guys over here. Let me show you, folks. I don't even know if anybody's watching, but there's some. I don't know what they're playing. Are they? Oh, they're playing the Pokemon, aren't they? Yeah. That's a sad tournament. The same, not my same. All right. So, Michael, what do you think is going to fix this problem at work?
I have no idea. Probably
you're-
talk to HR.
Okay.
Probably this.
So, you have an HR department
Yes.
at the horse barn?
Yeah.
Okay.
All jobs have HRs.
Well, not
Pretty
all
sure.
jobs.
Well,
No.
True.
No.
True, not all.
Those guys that clean off your windows at the stop signs, they don't have an HR. I work in HR. Did you know that? I am an HR employee. Yeah. Human relation. Resources. Both. Yeah, it's not a fun group. You know? Well, I don't necessarily get. Well, I get a lot of complaints, but not about me. I mean, I do a stellar job, but we do get a lot of feedback, right? So people don't like to do trainings. They don't like to do required trainings. So let's say you had a required training, which is something like beware of bloodborne pathogens, right? People don't like to do that. It's not fun. I mean, just think about it. Nobody wants to do that, right?
I think it's just like a necessary training that pertains to your job.
Do you have to do those at your job?
Whenever I first started in
Sure,
It was
sure.
all related to
Slip and fall.
right, like how to carry the ladder.
Uh-huh.
But we never
How to
knew.
carry the ladder. Are you work at a fire station? Is that what?
But see, that's what we were saying.
Yeah.
No, I sit in that I show people model apartments. You know, like
Right.
I never.
Let me ask you something about the model apartments. Are they staged?
Yeah,
Okay. Cardboard TV?
real TV.
Really? So it's staged with actual stuff.
Yes, our models have like full furniture, artwork.
Yeah. Artwork.
Yeah, they're like.
Really good artwork, I'm sure, right?
Well, not like maybe artwork is not the right.
No. It's all
Wall
artwork.
art.
It's all that's good. That's good. Yeah. So, have you ever seen those sales they have like at the Heart of Texas whatever?
Uh-huh.
You know, and they'll be like art sale, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's that kind of art, right? It's like motel art.
Yeah, but like it's tasteful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I think all motel art is very tasteful. Sure, it's really nice.
Very modern.
So you don't ever rent these apartments out.
No.
They always stay.
Like extreme situations I've
Sure.
heard that another property happened. something
Right,
like that,
right. Okay.
but People ask.
Didn't you say you had to do a banquet not long ago?
Yeah, we just had to go there and work. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
We didn't.
You didn't have to run it or anything. Yeah. Okay.
It's nice to do resident events, but it's also,
Resident events.
like that's your time to like stay after work. So like,
Ping pong tournament.
I wish. That'd be really
Sure.
cool. You know, it's like we did a spaghetti dinner and like residents RSVP and like have
You have to RSVP for the spaghetti dinner.
you make too much.
Sure. I mean, that's just too many noodles.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. What are you going to do with all those noodles?
So much pasta.
Josh can give it to his friends under the bridge.
Well, now I know people, so I can bring.
That's right. Now I know people who need noodles.
Have you ever had extra?
So, were you here for the enchilada talk?
I don't.
He's eating enchiladas 15 nights in a row.
Are they still good?
Well, they come in packs of 8, so
Wait a minute. No, hang on. So, when I heard this story, I thought he was buying enchilada frozen dinners.
Right.
And I thought, but then he tells me they take me an hour to make. I'm like, okay, well, get a microwave. I didn't understand, what the problem was there. Yeah. But he's making these things from scratch. So when he says they come in a pack of 8, he's talking about like tortillas.
and stuff,
Yeah. So hang on. They come in a pack of 8, but he's eating 15 days in a row.
So you cut it in half?
So you're gonna have one tortilla left over. I'm just saying.
2 tortillas a night.
Okay, 2 a night. Okay. So
No.
you're gonna need 30 tortillas at the very least, right? 24. You're shorting yourself one
Like
day.
that. I don't know. Something like that.
You're gonna no enchiladas for you today. You were bad.
I wish. No, I make them every day, fresh. I can't stand reheating.
2 at a time.
Yeah, I can't stand reheating.
Cut
Yeah, I cut my meat up into little pound packages. No, that's reheating. You don't reheat food. That's nasty. Nasty.
I can't. So Shannon, I just feel I feel bad for you making enchiladas every day. I mean,
I
that's
have the
a
Spanish rice and the beans,
okay.
which you'll probably smell in about 30 minutes.
No, wait a minute. So are you making the Spanish rice and the beans every day?
No, I bought it in the package.
Okay.
I'll nuke them.
So the Spanish rice is in one of those like
Yeah.
Libby's or whatever. Yeah. What? Oh, is it
Uncle Ben.
Zatarans?
Uncle Ben.
Oh, Uncle Ben's. Uncle Ben knows Spanish rice.
But
let me
anything with
tell you.
ground meat, like the tortillas.
Yeah.
Oh, I make them from
Do you make your own
scratch.
sauce?
No, I'll buy the sauce. That's too much work.
So what do you put
It
on
only
them?
takes me an hour to make one
Wait,
meal. That's too much work.
I'm just saying. What do you put on them?
I pick and choose my battles.
So it's the so you flavor the meat,
Oh yeah.
just salt and pepper, or do you do like a
Add
fancy spice
onions
mix?
and olives and all that kind of stuff.
Ooh, man, You're hitting them.
And cheese, lots of cheese.
Lots of cheese. That's the secret to a good enchilada. Lots of cheese, but no sauce.
Lots of sauce.
What kind of sauce?
Enchilada sauce.
Really?
I didn't know enchilada sauce until I made enchilada.
Well, the YouTube videos show me how to make the sauce and make all
So
that
you're
stuff,
making the
but
sauce from scratch.
It told me how, but after one day of trying, I gave up and threw it away and just bought it in the box.
So you bought a box of.
Buying the can.
Yeah. That's what I was asking.
I do that now. That's too much work.
Man, that seems like a lot of work, Shannon.
That's what I mean. But it's $11 it costs OLA, so screw that. $11 for one meal.
Yeah, that's too much. Let me tell you what I had yesterday, right? So I went to a Slow Rise Slice House for lunch. Very good, very good. I know the guy who owns it. Used to teach with my wife. So really good guy. He owns a couple of Shipleys here in town too, donut places. I'm not a huge Shipley's fan.
I eat twice a year.
Well, I would rather go to Daylight. Yeah, I like the Daylight kolaches. But anyway, Aaron wants to know what all this talk of meat is. Anyway, I was very excited yesterday because I went to a training. I was off campus all day long, which is always a highlight for me, because it means you can start at 9 and you end at 4. That's a great day, right? You get an hour and a half for lunch in the middle.
Yeah.
What a great day! I don't care what they're training. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not that damn CPR, I can't do that. That dummy, it just creeps me out. You've never done a CPR training? You should do that.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, you can save somebody's life, especially if you're carrying a lot of ladders around.
I'm an idiot.
Where did that come from?
If I can learn CPR, anybody
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, self-deprecating humor. So, anyway, we went to the Slow Rise Slice House, and I'm hoping this results in a sponsorship of some kind. But they had the big slice. It was a kung fu pizza. Big salad. You get a salad, a large salad. Yeah, it was. I always opt for the Caesar salad with the death lettuce, and then a drink. It was like $8. That's a really good deal over there. That's a good deal there, right? Because my wife and I can go to Slow Rise, and it's Slow Rise Slice House here in Waco, Texas, and it costs us like $30 to get out of there every time. Because she likes the wings. They have a very good bourbon wing. It's a little sweet, but a little spicy at the same time. Very, very good. It's not. I get tired of the. That had to be pointed out. Come on. I get tired of the really, really hot wings. It's too much. Too much turmoil on the system. I'm just saying. So I don't know if I've ever told you, but I worked at a school where the kids ate a lot of the hot Cheetos and the Takis. Right? One little girl, she ate so many, she burned a hole in her stomach, had to have a surgery for it. A lot. It's a lot of hot Cheetos. Yeah, it's a lot of hot Cheetos. What's that? I don't know what it was. It was $8 and it was good. It was Kung Fu Pizza. The pizza has the chicken, the peppers, so like not jalapeno, but like red peppers, green peppers, some onions, and then it had a dragon sauce on it, which is kind of a sweet, spicy sauce, right? It's kind of like this, I'm just going to up this just a little so we get a good shot of that action when it happens again. I would just stare right into the camera, folks, right there at the gray. So yeah, I thought it was a good deal. We give you an hour and a half for lunch, which I never get. Like today, for instance, I never left the office, right? I got there at 6:45, which is stupid. And then I left at 4:40, and then was over here by 6. It's crazy. It's a crazy day. Crazy day. It's crazy life, Hannah. So, Hannah, the one thing I have not addressed with you How was the Dragon Ball experience?
Oh yeah, no, it was actually.
So you went to see what? What was it again?
It's called Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Broly, right. Dragon Ball? Nobody turned around that time.
I actually saw. I didn't say anything, but I saw the guy that like.
Really? That guy that was over here the other night? Yeah.
It was sold out again, so it was good that we.
Just that thing the whole time, right? Just
I mean, most of the end, but yes.
the whole time people are just going, ah!
I mean, I was amazed because it was probably like 95% guys, which I never see guys get that excited about it.
She was trying to record it, just to kind of like.
I don't know, but it was full. Very few girls.
Oh, hang on. I got to do something for you. Hang on, one second. Okay, no, you're good. I just had to put up the movie review symbol. All right, go ahead.
People were so involved, though. People were laughing and like,
Yes.
cheering and seeing certain characters
Yes.
and all of that.
Do you find it odd that people cheer and applaud at pre-recorded movies?
No.
I think that's weird.
For a character.
I think it's weird though. This is something that's been predetermined, pre-recorded.
Right.
You're showing it.
No.
They don't know that?
But they don't know what the outcome is going to be.
Okay.
I mean, you can.
But when you applaud, Henry, you can chime in on this. When you applaud at a movie theater, who's hearing that? But does it make sense, really?
Let me think. I said when I was little, I went to see a movie called The Trail of the Lonesome Pine.
Trail of the Lonesome Pine? Pine. Okay, I got you.
This was the second technical movie of the week.
Oh,
I
technical.
saw it years later re-released.
Yeah.
I wasn't born when
Sure.
But this girl, actors had this emotional scene long time ago. This college kids, and the others were applauding, making fun of it.
Oh, yeah.
But,
That's not great.
applauding the movie. Oh, Robin Hood. When Kevin Costner did Robin Hood,
Yes.
King Richard rode in, and Sean Connery. He had one line. This is the Robin Hood.
Yeah.
He said, I am the king. I paid $1 million.
I just don't understand the applause at a pre-recorded movie. A play, a performance, I get, right? Because it's immediate feedback for the artist.
Sure, yeah.
But
Separation with the movie, right?
yeah, at a movie, not so much.
I mean, I've seen that happen. I know it is kind of weird.
I've hardly ever seen that happen.
Really?
Except for those 2 times I told you about.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen in a movie.
Really?
Waco's real dead in movie theaters.
Bob Hope
You go to places like Austin or Dallas, and people will cheer and yell.
Bob Hope wouldn't play here for years because audiences said on the hands. Bob Hope wouldn't play here for years
Really?
because audiences here were so bad.
Yeah.
Stop.
He got a bad reputation for something here also though, right? Yeah.
It might have been south of the town. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something like that. It was something like that also. Hey, there's a baby. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird. Anyway, you were saying?
Well, it is weird. I don't know. At least when people react to the
This is, hang on one second. This is what I enjoy the most is when Michael just stares at the ceiling and yawns during the entire performance. That's the best. All right, go ahead.
you're on
Yeah. You're representing the Marines.
Oh.
someone like roots for a character, or like they're just so excited they
Yeah.
have to express themselves in some way. I don't know. It is kind of weird.
Don't go in that basement. That kind of thing, right? Yeah.
I don't know, but like a lot of
Do you applaud at movies?
I think I have before because everyone else is doing it kind of.
I've seen people screaming horribly.
Oh, yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
That is that.
Emotional reaction.
Yeah, that's almost you can't control it. It just comes out, that kind of thing. I get that.
High
Yeah.
school girls love to go to the movies, horror movies, and scream.
Who?
High school girls.
Yes. Yeah, that and meth. They love both of those these days. Yeah. Really? I bet it's not the second time. But where else was somebody talking about meth? Yeah, just say no, Hannah. Don't do that. It doesn't matter if it sparkles. It doesn't matter if it's a pretty color. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. We don't want to lose Hannah to meth. That'd be the saddest story ever. Applauding in the theater is silly good fun, says Aaron. Aaron's down with the bad back. He broke his back. Yeah, I don't know. I like to assume that people are at their worst if they're not here.
Which Mortal Kombat character takes
The
rips
beans
off the
are catching
spine? Which Mortal Kombat character does?
What
I
are
was
you
saying
saying?
that-
I'm sorry, say it again.
Remember when we
Yeah.
first started, I was
Somebody
saying
breaks
that one
spines?
of the Mortal Kombat characters ripped out his spine?
Finish him! That kind of thing, right?
Whichever guy was it?
Yeah, it was Spine Ripper, I think. I don't know.
That would be a good name for
It was somebody.
It'd be a good name for a wrestler. Spine Ripper.
Spine.
So I was contacted today. Man, that better not. I'm just saying.
Hey, I heard it.
So I appreciate that. But I was contacted today by some wrestlers. I don't know if you know this. We used to go and film wrestling events. We did for quite a while. And that may be where Aaron got his bad back. But anyway, we were contacted by them today, and they want us to come to this thing called DreamCon they have here in Waco, and help film the whole event. So a lot of cosplay, some wrestling, some video games, some card games. All of that stuff takes place there. So anyway, we'll talk about that the closer it gets. I thought you might enjoy going around interviewing people. I think it'd be very cool. Yeah, there's no. Don't think about it too hard. Yeah, it'll hurt. It'll hurt your brain. Yeah. Okay, so we're on movie reviews. Michael, tell me your favorite movie. If you had to narrow it down to one movie that says something about your being, about your sensibilities, about your what you enjoy the most, what would be that one celluloid masterpiece that is Michael, the non-horse inseminator's favorite movie? What?
It's gonna be a series?
No, it's got to be a movie.
I would say
Anytime.
Underworld.
Underworld. This is the lichens versus the vampire or whatever,
Vampires.
right? Yeah.
Vampires. Yes.
Old world vampire, right? Right, with the Y. Yeah. So why is that? Why Underworld?
I don't know. I just like vampires.
Okay. All right.
Twilight then.
Oh my God.
No. And
Yeah, it's Twilight. I mean, it's got vampires.
Twilight's a bad disgrace for vampires.
It's got
That's my opinion.
it's got vampires. It's got
Bad disgrace for
Sparkly.
It's a disgrace against vampires in general.
sure. Yeah.
True, but
It's just an old world love story.
thing is just weird.
Sucky.
Well, they don't really sparkle. That's the thing. I think the vampires of the whatever we were talking about get a bad rap for the sparkling. I've never seen a vampire actually sparkle.
In that movie, it does.
Sure. Hannah, I'm older than you. Yes, I've seen a vampire. Henry,
Actually,
I bet
no.
you've seen some vampires,
Actually,
right?
No, that's wrong. Underworld, no. How about Interview with a Vampire?
Okay,
That
that's
one.
much better.
That one.
That's much better.
Interview with a Vampire.
Better,
That one's
better.
really good. I like that.
Okay, all right. So that's going to be that's your movie. It's the one you're going down with.
Yep.
Water's
Final answer.
water's
Interview with a Vampire.
rising. Pants getting wet. Sooner or later, yeah, you're going to need the snorkel. You're saying Interview with the Vampire. That's the one you're going down with. Okay, all right. That's good. And I like how you draw the line at no insemination of horses. I mean, because that's a barrier that you don't want to cross, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to do that. Like, who's got the big gloves? You got to have these gloves that go all the way down here.
I've seen people who had to do that.
Yeah,
Videos of people.
I can't even imagine. I
You
can't
have to
imagine.
check.
We should check with
cows
Josh.
that way.
We should
Like,
check with Josh and
You
see how
gotta check
that
to see if
works.
the cow's pregnant that way. So
Yeah, I
full
don't-
sleep blood because
Yeah, we're going the wrong direction.
my dad has done
So,
that.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Shannon, if there was
And,
one movie, one, encompasses your being.
Series of movie.
One movie.
Story. The
One
Harry
movie.
Potter, all 8
No, no,
movies.
no,
One
no.
story.
You got to pick one.
Lord of the Rings, 3
You
movies,
got to pick one.
story.
One. Which one? Which one did it?
If I can't do
Which
the
one
Harry
fanned your
Potter,
flames
if I can't do
of
the Harry Potter
imagination?
story,
No,
and the Lord of the Rings story,
no, it's got to be one. One.
it'd be Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Really? That's a great movie. I love that movie.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a fantastic movie. Beautiful effects.
It's called Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
It's a Canadian movie.
That's
Um,
a comic book or whatever.
it's got some really cool effects, and it's got a funny little story to go along with it. It's really good. Yeah,
I
it's a
like the
good
humor
movie.
of the characters.
Absolutely, Michael Cera. Yeah, he's fantastic. All right, Hannah, you're on the movie review hot seat.
So I actually have a list.
No. I don't want a list.
But like I need to look at my list to remember. Because I'm so bad at being put on the spot.
Aaron was asking if Mikey knocks up horses. No, he does not. He's drawn the line.
Allegedly.
No horse knock-up
I
patient.
do not.
Okay, it's really hard to. God, I don't know.
I understand it's hard.
Which one did you put number one?
Well, that would be the natural way to react to that, yeah.
I don't know if it's like my absolute.
No, it's got to be it. And I know what I'm asking. I know what yeah. I know what I'm asking. I've seen, and Henry, you'll chime in on this. I've seen thousands of movies, thousands upon thousands of movies. Aaron's the same way. But we have seen an enormous amount of movies. Again, grew up in video stores, right? Owned video stores. I've seen movie upon movie upon movie, right? And to pick one is a Herculean task. I mean, that is a... It's a Hercules movie. That's my favorite. Yeah. So, Hannah, hot seat. Movie review, hot seat. Oniichan Power Hour, hot seat for movie of your lifetime.
So one of my favorite movies.
No. It's got to be the.
It hurts.
Yeah.
You feel like you're portraying other movies that you like, right?
There's just, well, I have different favorites for different reasons.
Sure, I get that.
But I'm going to say this one because like it's a movie that I liked when I was young. And, you know, still love it now.
Aaron says Fifth Element.
Oh, that is a good one.
Oh, that's
I do like that one.
Oh, okay.
That's not
I do
really
like that
his
one. That
favorite
one's pretty
movie, I
good.
promise you.
Someone Get Hot is
Really?
one of my favorites. It's a movie I saw when I was really young. When we would like go to the library or a movie. And I loved it.
That's fantastic.
I still love it.
I did not think that was good. I thought it was like Pretty Woman or something like that, and I'm sorry for that because I feel bad now. Well, I'm just saying, I assumed and I should not have. You know?
I like it a lot. And then a movie, I have to say this because it's like one of my other lists. Another movie I really like, I've only seen it once, but really loved it was American Beauty.
Really?
Yeah, I really, that movie.
See, I was not a big fan. Yeah.
I really,
And I think it was because of the oversaturation. You know, they kept showing that chick laying in the rose petals and all that stuff, you know.
I like
That's the one with the bag, right?
the bag.
The bag is beautiful because it's just floating in the wind kind of thing.
Yeah, again, I've only seen it once, but I just remember really.
So it's a plastic bag that gets caught into like a wind vortex or whatever, and they just talk about the beauty of that thing, you know.
But that was.
So Aaron says that really is his favorite movie of all time, Fifth Element. See, I can't stand that movie. I don't like it. I don't like Chris Tucker.
Multi-pass.
Yeah, it's in the future. Bruce Willis, Chris Tucker.
The girl who played
Whatever
Super
female
Yeah,
actor that
I-
lady
no.
It was the
plays.
perfect female, but she was flat.
I don't. Shannon, everybody.
I can't help it.
So,
Jesus Christ.
if I had to boil it down to one movie that I would watch over and over and over, it'd probably be. I've got, and like you, I've got a backup, right? My backup movie is Office Space which is a stupid movie. It's a ridiculous
Office Space.
movie. It's Office Space. It was made by the guy who made King of the Hill, the TV show, as well as Beavis and Butthead and all that. And it's silly comedy, but it spoke to me because I worked in cubicles and I worked in corporate environments and things like that. And so it kind of spoke to me. It's a funny movie. It makes me laugh every time I see it, right? But, well, hang on. My all-time favorite, all-time, Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely my favorite. Have you ever seen Glengarry Glen Ross? Yeah. So, Mamet. So David Mamet played. The reason I love that movie is the dialogue.
Yeah.
I love the snappy 40s type dialogue. So the thing about those movies in the 40s is they just kept talking. Didn't matter really what they were saying. They just kept talking, and everything's great, and we're gonna, and all that, right? And that movie reminds me of that dialogue. Plus, fantastic actors in that movie. So you've got Jack Lemmon in his later days. You have Alec Baldwin, who he's the soulless salesman that comes in and yells at everybody. It's just got great people in it. It's a fantastic play. It's a great movie. I would absolutely love that. And what I would love to see is it done by children. Yes. So if you've got any influence on children doing Glengarry Glen Ross, that would be fantastic. Yeah, that or 12 Angry Men. That's another one of my favorites. Yeah. Were you? Which character?
I played jury number 7. We're going to have a date.
Oh, yeah. So when was that?
1990 something.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is that a fond memory of yours? Okay.
We had
Was this in Dallas? Here? Okay.
I was scared of going in the theater at first. I've never done it. But once we did it, there was a tension binding between the audience and the actors. They were right with us. We did that.
Absolutely. Yeah. 12 Angry Men is something that I used to show in my classes.
Yeah.
I would show it as so when I was teaching certain classes, and they were like how to get along and how to be better at this and that or whatever. 12 Angry Men was a really easy go-to because you could see how all of these people interact with their different personalities and their different situations and stuff. Yes. So it's 12 jurors, right?
You can't have somebody. You can't have getting actors and have that accuracy.
Absolutely. And they also play so well off of each other. Mm-hmm. So same thing for Glengarry Glen Ross. Those characters, it's almost like some of my favorite movies take place in one room. I don't know why that is, but Castaway is one of my favorites also. And Castaway takes place in one place. He never leaves, right? And it's just him.
Is that the one with Tom Hanks?
Yeah, and the ball.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorites just simply because it's one guy.
Yeah.
It's one guy. And that's, I don't give a crap what anybody says. That's got to be hard.
Yeah, oh, sure.
To be the only guy.
Yeah. Well, the camera.
The only actor, I mean.
It's hard to find different angles.
Yeah. I love Castaway. But again, if I had to watch something over and over and over, it would be Glengarry Glen Ross.
Oh, really?
And it's just because of the dialogue and the interaction of characters. He is.
He is, yeah.
He is.
Oh, anything he does.
I wouldn't say anything.
When he auditioned at the Actors Studio,
Yes.
he was 18 or 19. Lee Strasberg had him. He did Hamlet, his audition piece, and Pickering on the Iceman cover.
Oh, wow.
And Strasberg said, when he finished, Strasberg said, that's fine. Now, do Pickering's Hamlet, Hamlet is it.
Yeah, he is very much a method type actor, yes.
It was ever a method. Like
Yes.
he took over the Actors Studio when Lee Strasberg died.
Do you remember A Dog Days Afternoon? Or Dog?
The one about the bank?
Yeah.
You have a telephone scene,
Yeah.
they cannot be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have every ounce of anything from that.
Have you ever seen that Dog Day Afternoon? You should. Dog Day Afternoon.
He was perfect plus some.
So he goes to rob a bank, and it's basically about the robbing of the bank, and then you get into his personal relationships and the whole thing as the guy's trying to talk him out of the bank, and that, yeah, it's really good.
So they kind of like sympathize.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you learn some things. You learn some things you didn't know about this character and stuff like that. Yes.
I thought it was really happened.
Oh, absolutely. Uh-huh.
To me, the perfect cinematic experience. They're not my favorite movies, but Die Hard and Back to the Future are cinematic masterpieces in storytelling. Everything that happens earlier comes into play later. There's nothing.
I love foreshadowing.
extraneous.
I love foreshadowing.
But every
Yeah.
single thing. There's no action for the sake of action. There's nothing talking just for the sake of talking. Even though I love that, like in Pulp Fiction and stuff. But Die Hard and Back to the Future are perfect examples of how everything pays off in the movie.
Pulp Fiction is one of those movies that Pulp Fiction came out of. Pulp Fiction really kind of came out of nowhere. So I had never really experienced something that time shifted so much. So it would be in the present, in the past, in the future, in the present, in the past, and then it all came together at the end. So that's a really good experience for me. Back to the Future I saw in a theater. That's how old I am, right? I saw all three of them in a theater. Right, I get you. Saw Jaws in a theater, right? Yeah. So those are big experiences in my head. The Shining was a big one. Saw it in the theater. Excalibur. Saw that in the theater. And I remember, I think that was the last movie that I saw that had an intermission. You remember those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Road show.
So it used to be, if you had a 2-hour plus movie, there was going to be an intermission in the middle.
They did that for Titanic.
So, did they really?
Yeah, and now it's like 4 hours for a movie.
The Ten Commandments.
Charlton Heston.
What else?
Charlton Heston is Moses. That's
Yeah.
still,
But Yul Brynner was born to play the faith.
sure.
Well,
Yes.
that's in the world. Francis II.
Have you ever seen 10 Commandments? Or have you ever seen The King and I?
Yes.
The original one, or like a reproduction? Yul Brynner?
He won the Oscar.
That was Technicolor.
Yeah, widescreen.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's like that's how much I know.
Can I tell you my fourth favorite?
Absolutely, please do.
Well, I'm a little older than everybody else.
No, come on.
Back, forgive me for liking an old movie and then
I don't, it does not matter to me. Again, I said Glenn Ross. That is not a popular choice amongst an eSports crowd. So, yeah, we're good.
Well, my favorite movie is Gone with the Wind. The reason I like it is because when my mother was pregnant with me, my mother read that novel to my dad. It's a bestseller. And I think I heard scenes in the room. I must have, because when I saw it in my first time, when I was 8 years old, it was cheap. And they used to re-release it every 7 years.
Yeah.
And Guinness Book of World Records said that it was the most popular movie of the 20th century because it was shown dubbed in French, it was dubbed in French, Spanish, Korean, all
Yes,
of it.
yes.
And more people saw that movie all over the world than any other movie in the 20th century, making it the most popular movie.
I do not doubt that.
I mean, Gone with the Wind is the King and Wizard of Oz.
But
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but once a year, Gone with the Wind used to come on TV.
still, I think it's
And I remember my grandmother, everything would stop. We had to watch Gone with the Wind once a year, just like The Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
well, I know I've seen it 42 times.
Sure.
I could even recite it.
Sure.
And in it gives you figure out what happened. The woman who wrote that book was born in 1900.
Right.
And she, her first memories of sitting on the laps of the old people who had been through that with you.
Right. Right.
And so when she sat on the ride, it took her 10 years to ride. And when she finished it, her friend knew that she would not. And so he called her one day and said, my friend called and said, there's a literary agent in a hotel downtown. And I told her, you can come out. She said, oh no, there's no now. Well, that night, she got a phone call at the hotel downtown. And the literary agent said, Miss Mitchell, I heard you have a novel. She said, no, there's no novel. So after that, he got a phone call. And they said, there's a lady down there who wants to see you. He went down. She said, here, take it before I change color. And he read it, picked it up, this was on the website. And he knew there was a best seller. And he called her and he said, we're going to publish this now. And she said, well, all right. And she said, let me rewrite the first chapter, which I've never been satisfied with. And he said, all right. So she went to rewrote it 17 times.
70. 70. Yeah.
She called my friend the publishing company and she said, I'm sending you all 70 copies. You decide.
Oh my gosh.
He said he liked the first. He liked the other stuff. She said, whatever. She didn't get it. He said, but anyway, I guess the best stuff. Movie was wonderful. I've read a book on that. Oh, and my other, so I read a book on making that movie. But the other movies I liked were The Seventh Seal, which was Indian Opera.
Yes.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Wonderful art. And I like, this is my guilty pleasure, King Solomon's Mines.
Really?
Yeah. And I like the modern movies, let me see. I guess.
Why do you say King Solomon's Mine is a guilty pleasure?
Because it's not very direct.
Okay. All right. I get you.
But
Yeah.
it's to me, it's the most fascinating
Yeah.
adventure movie ever made. Because
Not a horse inseminator. Right.
And the other one was Apocalypse Now.
Ah.
Running Gunboat,
Yeah.
Rambo's He rewrote.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. And Rambo improvised all that his life. And they said he could make the role longer, but he said no. He said, give my role more emphasis if I come on at the end. And that's what they did.
I think that's when Brando crossed from being a great actor to being a crazy person. I mean, I really think, people have talked about that in the past, about how that really was the turning point, and then the Island of Dr. Moreau and all of that stuff that followed.
Until he did that for the money.
Yeah,
When he
yeah.
died, he owed the government $1 million.
Really?
And he was working on that movie. The scary story when he got sick, hot. They
Yeah.
had to replace him with Robert Wood and go back and reshoot the scenes. But that doesn't sound like a movie about him. You're right. He didn't make $1 million.
So that brings up a point for me that has exponentially gotten worse in my eyes over the years. Good actors taking really crappy roles. Yes.
Nicolas Cage.
What?
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different thing. But Al Pacino is one of those guys.
Yeah.
He has had a lot of really bad movies.
That's a brilliant talent that's wasted.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't like it when I see a very famous actor in a really bad movie. So, I don't know what you think of him, but I love Bruce Willis. Right? I just think he's a combination of Stallone and David Letterman.
Yeah.
Right? So he's very snarky, but great at action. Right? I loved Moonlighting when it was on the TV show. Thought it was great. I love the original Die Hard. I've still got the original poster from where I stood in line to see Die Hard, right? And I've got it in a poster frame that came from one of the theaters here in town that they've knocked down now. So I just think it's kind of cool, right? But Bruce Willis has made some of the worst movies. And I think the penultimate of those movies is Death Wish remake. That Death Wish movie is freaking terrible. That's a terrible movie, and I'm almost embarrassed for Bruce Willis as I watch it. Have you seen it?
No, I thought about it.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. So the Death Wish movies, you remember those with Charles Bronson? Yeah, he's an acquired taste. So Vincent Price? Right. But what? Wait a minute. Wait. Vincent Price?
He did horror movies. He was from the theater. He could do anything.
Right.
Horror special.
Yes. Right.
I'm sure he did this wrong.
Vincent Price is one of my all-time favorites. In some, no. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, they're wrong, but still, they're entitled to it. But no, Vincent Price is one of those things. You know, consider the fact that I was born in 1969, right? And so you're talking about 70s, 80s. So Vincent Price sweet spot, right? During those years. So House of Wax, yeah. So Vincent Price, and you know who I was looking up last night? And I don't know why this happens to me, Henry, and maybe it happens to you too. I look up old actors sometimes just to remember what it was like. John Houseman.
He's the one who founded the acting school in New York.
Yes.
Anyway,
I did not remember all of the McDonald's commercials that John Houseman made. He made a buttload of McDonald's commercials. I don't understand that. Now, I did confuse him with the E.F. Hutton ads. You remember those? When E.F. Hutton talks, you know, and then everybody just kind of leans in.
Alice the Cook, similar.
I know who Alice the Cook is, yeah. Nobody else in this entire building knows that, Henry, but you and I. Think about that. Yeah, nobody here knows what that is. So, yeah, I looked up John Houseman, and what I remember him most for is the movie Ghost Story. You remember Ghost Story? John Houseman, Fred Astaire, Errol Flynn Jr., all three of those old actors that made a movie together at the very end of their careers, but I kind of like that movie. I think I kind of like that movie because it is about these old actors, Hannah, who made bad choices when they were kids or younger, and then they're paying for it in their older years. Yes. Yes. But no. I'm saying during the movie. So that they're individual stories about these characters who made bad choices as younger people, and they pay for it as their current age. So John Houseman in his current age, Fred Astaire in his current age, things like that. And I'm sorry to say this, Henry, because I respect you a lot, but during that movie, I think it was the first time that I saw a man's penis on screen, and it scarred me as a youth. I'm just saying. I didn't know everybody had those.
I saw that.
Anyway, go ahead.
I saw that in
Yeah. That's a shocking image to see on a large screen. Yeah. Men's bodies are very ugly. I'm just saying. Men's bodies are just disgusting. Yeah. They're not great. Not a lot great going on down there. Yeah.
You're going to hate me, but I grew up in an early time. And today, modern movies, modern movies don't have any, to me, they don't, I grew up at a time when movies inspired you.
They were an event.
And they affected your emotions.
Yes.
Today's movies, to me, seem a little devoid of emotion.
They are.
And that's why I don't have any favorites that I can remember in modern times.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now is one that I can, and I know that's not a new movie,
No, I get it. Yeah.
but I'm trying to
That's
think-
probably like 79, right? 78, 79, something like that. Yeah.
But, that's why most of my choices are movies that move to the emotion. And I'm sure that these movies that you love, like, and I love Empire, the Vampire.
Yeah.
That too. But I guess that's the one. I don't know.
So let me ask you, Henry, how often would you go to a movie by yourself?
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
Kids could get into any movie.
Yeah.
There was no rating system. The only movies my mother would not let me see were Forever Amber, because it was about the mistress of Charles II.
Oh.
And it was Johnny Belinda, because the child was born out of wedlock.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
And so, but later I saw that.
Today, that's a sitcom.
G-rated.
Yeah.
G-rated.
So I used to go to movies. Aaron wants me to ask you if you've ever seen Ghost Fever starring Sherman Hemsley.
No.
Okay, yeah, nobody has. So I used to go to movies by myself, and I know people thought that was weird, but literally I would come out of a movie and kind of be in a dreamlike state. Exactly. Have you ever had that experience, Hannah, where a movie affected you that much? Microphone.
I know I have. I can't think of a specific movie, but I remember that.
Right.
When I was a child, Esther Williams' technical
Really?
so easy to love.
The swimming movies, yeah.
You feel that life is wonderful, but it only lasted about an hour.
But again, Henry, that harkens back to kind of something we talked about last week, which is that variety kind of experience, right? We talked about variety shows last week and how I think at some point they're going to make a comeback and that's going to save America. But those movies were very much variety.
Yeah.
Carmen Miranda, Esther Williams. Yeah. So you're going from slapstick comedy to a lady dancing with fruit on her head, singing in Spanish, Portuguese, thank you. And so, who was the one? Bob Hope's time. No. Well, I know Dorothy Lamour. I'm thinking a little more modern. Coochie, that girl. Who was that? Charo. There you go. Coochie. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I'm old, Henry. Yeah. We're sitting here talking about Coochie girls. Yeah, so that's fascinating to me. Michael, you've been sitting there swiveling for a while. So let's.
I like the swivel.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. So let me ask you a couple of questions here. Wait a minute, hang on. Aaron says, I saw AI in the theater. It was terrible, but I couldn't walk out because it's Spielberg/Kubrick, and I expected it to get better, but no, it was just long and depressing. You ever seen AI?
No, but
It's a bad movie.
E.T.
Yes.
Movies
E.T.
I cried in.
That's another movie.
So let me tell you something about E.T., Henry. When E.T. came out, I was a kid, right? So I'm thinking we're talking 82, 83, something like that, right? Probably. 80, somewhere between 80 and 84. I know it was in there, right? Same time, huh? It was probably 82. And about the same time that Bobcat Goldthwait made a movie about horses. So also in the theater at the same time was Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams. Okay? One of their first movies, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the one that has Dave's Not Here. That whole,
They all kind of running together.
I'm here for Dave. Yeah, that kind of thing. Aaron, you're at home with a bad back. You can look that up. He is. He's been talking. Yeah. Hey, there you go.
Hope your back gets better.
There you go. Shout out from HC. So I lied to my mother and told her I was going to see E.T. again, and I snuck in to see Nice Dreams. Yeah.
June 11th, 1982.
It's my man
E.T.
right there, see?
Yeah.
E.T.
Swivels until he finds it. Yeah.
So I guessed the number right, 82.
Yeah, 82. That's what I said too, but if you want credit for it, that's
I'm
fine.
taking credit.
Yeah, that's great.
It's my idea.
Hannah, you ever snuck into a movie?
Yeah.
Give her a little boost there.
Like, do you
We'll be the judge of that.
about telling my mom what time you guys saw, or like
Either, yeah, either is interesting.
I've done both.
Okay,
Um,
we got a multitude of stories.
with my dad's second wife, we like when we were
The
young-
fun one, yeah,
Yeah,
the
no.
fun one, yeah.
Anyway, she would
Karen, you're so fun.
introduce, like the double feature kind of thing.
Yeah.
Go to one movie and then see what was showing afterwards.
I spent weekends like
I
that.
did that.
I love that.
Oh
A friend
yeah,
of mine and I went to see, forgotten what it was, but Waco hit.
yeah.
We got out, parents were late, got in to see it, 11 years old. And I said, let's go to another movie. All right. So we went down to the costume and saw Westward the Women. Westward.
What was it?
Mail order brides.
Mail order brides. What are you talking about, Henry?
Mail order brides in the West, the old West.
Really?
Wagon trips going west.
And give me the name of the movie.
Westward the Women.
Westward the Women.
We called our parents when we got out. And said, here's the costume.
Your mom's not letting you see
Yes,
that.
they went
Yeah, your mom's not letting you see that.
We went without them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're not You're not with her approval going to see something called Westward the Women. Yeah, that's not happening for you, Henry. I get that. So you snuck into one.
Yeah. I don't remember what movies they were, but she introduced that concept to me.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't do it.
So wait a minute. How many wives has it been?
No, not that many. He's engaged. He's been engaged since I feel so bad talking about this. Sorry,
Just like the horse inseminators, he doesn't watch.
So he's engaged to his like third to-be wife, but they've been engaged.
Okay. Nothing nefarious happened here, right? I mean, nothing bad. I mean, there's no like Black Widower kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, the first two didn't.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No.
So Black Widow, a spider. Two, somebody who kills off their spouse and moves on to the next one. Yeah.
A murder.
Yes. Murderous, murderer. Yeah.
Spider Black Widow does that as well.
No. You're good. You're good.
And it's also the character in the Avengers.
Yes. Black Widow.
Scarlet Johansson.
Soon to be at a major motion
Possibly
picture.
Marvel's first R-rated movie.
Yes, that's what I heard. Yeah. All right.
Oh.
So second ex-wife.
Yes.
That's a weird way to say it. Isn't it?
Well, okay,
Second ex-wife.
She's still in my life, and she's someone.
Well, that's awesome.
She and my dad got married when I was.
She's the one that talked to you about meth today. Sneak into movie theaters and do meth with me, Hannah.
Anyway, she and my dad got married when I was young.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, she was a big friend.
Sure.
Anyway, the second movie where I saw a movie that I.
What does she do for a living?
What is my dad's?
Second ex-wife do for a living? I just see her as this big, gregarious type, personality. Like, she takes over a room. Yeah.
Maybe as exchange.
What does she do for a living?
She is a insurance place.
Okay, like an adjuster, that kind of thing.
I believe that.
I was really hoping you would say she's a life coach.
She actually.
Oh my God, there you go!
She does that all the time.
Yay, I win! I win! Life coach.
No, that's so funny that you guessed
Oh, that's fantastic.
She's amazing too.
That's I do not doubt it. Because she probably has that kind of personality,
It's like some psychic stuff right here. This is-
No, this is contextual clues. That's what this is. That's all that is. I promise you. Yeah.
But the second movie thing that I didn't tell my mom about, it was this movie called, I think it was called Wanderlust.
Wanderlust?
Yeah, it was like a comedy.
I remember that. Seth Green, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah. Dax Shepard, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, something in that area. Aaron will know. Yeah. Wanderlust.
I went with this guy that I was friends with in high school. We went and saw that movie, and I told my mom.
Sure.
I don't even think she would have let me go with just
No.
the boy.
No, it's a rough one. Yeah. So that's like up the creek. Yeah. It exists in a certain like realm of movies. Slapstick, kind of dirty, kind of in the woods. Sure. That used to be how they ended movies in the 80s. You just throw a bunch of naked people at the screen and you're done. Yeah. The end. Esther Williams would come on and swim through. And
She was funny. She had on the baby.
she did. One Piece. Yep. Yeah. That's a big thing in here. Watch this. One Piece! See? People turn around when you say that. They know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's an anime. Yeah. Wait a minute. Who was in Wanderlust?
Ant-Man, the guy who plays
Jennifer
Ant-Man.
Aniston was in Wanderlust?
Yeah.
So
I've
I've had a crush on Jennifer Aniston
What
like
happened to Molly
since she was
I used to call her
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah. What about her?
What is she?
She owns 3 Baskin Robbins in Washington. I have no idea, Henry. I just made that up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think she was. Yeah, Paul Rudd. He says. Yeah, Paul Rudd was in it, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, that pays well. Is what I've heard. Yeah. Wikipedia writers, boy, that's who they do the Cribs episodes about. Here's the secret I've learned, and Hannah, this is just me, and I think Henry will agree with this. If you want to lie to somebody, you do it immediately without conviction. And it's really acting.
Yeah.
Right? So if I said to you, Henry, Molly Ringwald owns 3 Baskin Robbins in Washington, isn't that fantastic?
I would believe it.
Exactly. Right? Because I did not stop.
Yeah.
I didn't stutter.
No.
I just
Right there.
committed.
You had the skill of knowing how to convince them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Again, it's contextual. So it's in the moment. It's that sort of thing.
Very much in the moment.
Right. So one of the things I love more than anything, and this is going to sound freaking terrible to anybody except an actor. I love lying to people.
Yeah.
That's terrible though, right? But here's the thing, Hannah. When I convince somebody of something inside me goes off like fireworks. I'm like, you believed me. It's crazy. You shouldn't believe what I'm saying. But I'm saying it with conviction, and so it just, just goes out there and it gets in the zeitgeist, and you're just like, well, okay, yeah, it's a thing.
Every time I lie,
I make up for you, Henry.
yeah. Every time I lie, people hurting somebody else's feet.
Yes, exactly.
Like, for example, when I was in high school, some boys gave me up in the square. At different times during the day, they would go, you just talk, you just sit, right? And they did that argumentation. Almost Russian. She had to go home.
Right. You can certainly convince somebody of something like that, yeah. Yeah, I know that lying sounds like a big deal, and it's not. It's more. Aaron says that's my gypsy senses tingling. Aaron has accused me of being a gypsy many times. Yeah, he thinks I'm a gypsy, which is probably not that far from the truth. Henry, my favorite thing is to walk into a place, tell somebody something, and get something for free. The last thing I got for free was I walked into I walked into what's the big buffet place? Golden Corral. I walked into Golden Corral on Valley Mills, and I found the manager. It's the first thing you do. Can I see a manager? It's not bad, really. I just need to talk to him. Right? That's the way you preface it. Lots of hand motions, lots of oh darling, that kind of thing. Right. I'm taking your wallet. So I talked to the manager and I said, hey, listen, my dad and the people at the old folks home are trying to do this thing, in which they were. They're trying to do this thing for the people that work there, the servers and the people that clean the rooms and stuff like that, right? And they're trying to make a better Christmas for them, right? And so originally, I opened my stupid mouth and I said, hey, Dad, maybe I can get them a turkey or something, right? I'm thinking you give them a frozen turkey. 15 people I'm going to get a frozen turkey for, right? That's, in my mind, I think that's a good idea. It's not a great idea. It's hard to get frozen turkeys. But you can walk into the Golden Corral, give that story, and come away with $15 buffets in which I had to create the gift certificates because I don't even have them. And then send them to the manager and say, here's these gift certificates you gave me. Yeah. It all worked. So, in me, inside of this screwed up human being, I go, yeah, score. That's like, it made my day. I got $15 buffets out of some guy, and I just literally walked in and asked him for them. So when you think about that, I mean, what is that? 150 times, whatever it is, it's over $200 worth of buffets, right? And there was no I didn't set it up. Just walk in cold and say, can I have 15 buffets, please? Sure. And again, I'm really not trying to toot my own horn. I just think I'm good at that shit, and that's why Aaron calls me a freaking gypsy. And he says, see, that's some gypsy shit. Yeah, that's absolutely right. You're right about that. But it's fascinating. I got what? What? Oh yeah, $225. So, but if you went in and asked somebody to hand you $225, that's bank robbery, right? Anyway, I thought it was cool. I liked it. And then, here's what really pissed me off about it. I call my dad and I say, listen, I got you 15 buffets. We already gave them their presents. It's fine. What the fuck? What? Jesus. And so I end up giving them to the kids at Christmas, and then my dad goes in with a bunch of the old folks, and they all eat the buffets. Whatever.
Maybe he was taunting you.
My dad?
Yeah, to see what
My dad is terrible at that. Awful at that kind of stuff. Awful. My mother probably would have been good at it. I can't tell because she says 2 words now, but still, she probably would have been better at it. Because she was... So I was telling Henry, my mother had a stroke about 10 years ago, and it paralyzed this entire side. She can only say like 2 words. Those 2 words are okay and CK. Not much difference there. Hard to figure out the range of emotions when it's okay and CK, but you know, she's gotten better and everything's fine. Aaron said I swapped tags at Goodwill. Swap the price tags at Goodwill. That's not a thing. I don't do that. But anyway, I think my mother was one of those people that she was going 100 miles an hour, and then when she stopped, she would just go to sleep. Right? So she was just 100 miles an hour all the time. So I think she would have been better at something like that. Have you ever conned anybody out of anything? Or asked for anything like that and just gotten like a big score? That's what they call it, Michael, a big score.
I like to eat those cheddars.
Cheddars?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thing about cheddars.
Yep.
It always looks like Black Church just let out. Because there's a lot of big hats at Cheddars. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah. Barefooted ladies with big hats.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I have the allergy in my vocal cords. Can you hear me?
Certainly, we can hear you fine. Yeah, you're great.
I'm going to fill my
It's that damn cheese. That damn cheese will cause the mucus. Yeah.
Well,
Sure. Certainly.
I went to eat at Cheddar's once, and I asked the leader, I said, "Could I have a bill?" He said, "Sir, that's already been taken care of."
Ah.
And I said, "Well, who did that?" I said, "Come on, please stop." He said, "I'm not supposed to." I said, "Come on, I need to know." He said, "There's ladies in there. They're African American ladies."
Yeah.
Something
Just got out of church. The big hats.
And I said, "I know what you did. Thank you so much." And I said, "What was it about me that made you?" She talked to me and she said, "Well, I work at the Veterans Hospital, and you remind me of the people I work with." And I went, "Oh, no." I said, "My car is a flat outside. I need to be able to go home." And I thought about it really, and I thought to myself, and I'm sure some other people have mental things.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Who knows?
Have free meal.
That's the point, Henry. That's the point to life. I got a free meal. That's it. That's what we're here for. Grab a free meal from somebody.
I did try to play hockey once.
Sure.
I did play.
Sure.
When I was sick, my mother came after me. And wonderful. The next year, in the fifth grade, I tried it again. We had a new principal.
Uh-huh.
And she was this woman that was voice like a man.
Ms. Hardass. Yeah.
Yeah. All of the school, we respected that voice.
Right.
So I tried them again. The teacher sent me to the office and said, "This is Warfield and Warfield." I said, "I don't feel it." "Where do you feel that, dude?"
My soul. Yeah.
She said, "Lie down on the bed, sick bed, and I'm going to go run an errand." When we were there, think about what the truant officer does to little boys who play hooky.
The truant officer. That's fantastic.
She came back in and she said, "Well, how do you feel, dear?" And I said, "Well, I'm fine now. I'll go on back up here and say I feel a lot better."
Yeah, I bet you did. That's fantastic. Shannon, you ever talk to anybody out of anything?
Probably. Thankfully, I had amnesia when I was 18 or 19, so I don't remember, but I've heard some stories. I was a horrible, horrible teenager in the early 20s. Horrible.
You were a bad kid, huh?
Beyond bad.
What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was a horrible person.
Where were you living?
Riesel.
Riesel.
Hoffberg, Riesel.
Ah, yeah. Rowdy Riesel. Yeah.
Like one of the stories I say as a teenager, which I can't confirm because I don't remember it.
Sure.
Amnesia. But like, if you're a thief, be smart about it. Go to a place you know someone's not going to be at home.
Sure.
First 100% sure. A preacher on Sunday morning. Go rob his house.
Perfect, yeah,
There. I mean,
yeah.
that's the kind of person I was apparently.
Unless they're with the organist. Yeah.
But I've probably done more than my first share of bad things.
You had amnesia?
Yeah, when I was 18. But before then, oh my God, I was in hell on wheels.
How about you, Michael? You ever talk to anybody out of anything?
The stuff they put you to sleep with, they use too much of it on you. Who knows who's on it? It blocked out my memory.
Don't remember. I don't know if I have or not.
You're a fantastic side guy. You know, I mean,
I had
because the emotions in your face, you know, they're just, I can ask you a question, and a couple of minutes later, I get an answer after you emote this thing on your face. So I said, Michael, you ever talk to anybody anything? He goes,
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Were you
Honestly,
present for most of your life? I mean, is that
Yes.
There's a black market on horse semen.
black market on horse semen? Have you been approached by somebody who wants to buy that horse semen?
No.
Here's what I would suggest to you: Craigslist.com
I've tried Craigslist. Doesn't work.
with the horse semen.
I got bandits.
That's rough. Hey, you know what, Hannah? Talking about these free things, I used to walk into restaurants and I would say, "You screwed up my order last night." And they would say, "Okay, well, what's your name?" And I would tell them my actual name, right? And they would go back and they'd look on the board and they say it's not there. And I would get very upset. I was like, "Hey, listen, I came through." I mean, the secret to that, be very specific about your order. I had a cheeseburger and it had bacon on it and there was cheese and you messed up with the mustard on it. It was supposed to be the mayonnaise and blah, blah, blah. used to give you free food. I don't do that anymore. I don't. But that was how I got through probably like my mid-20s. Just free food, yeah, from places.
Well, hey, it's food. It's food.
That's true. That's true. Gypsy or not, it's free food.
Yeah.
One time, this is not a fascinating story, but I went to Panera a few months ago, and I was going to the drive-thru.
That's the way to support them. You go every few months. They'll stay open forever.
Well, and I went, usually as soon as you pull up to the drive-thru, you'll take your card, swipe it.
Sure,
and you
sure.
give your
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
And no one came to the window. Okay, maybe they're just like kind of running by or whatever. Anyway, by the time someone, it's probably almost 10 minutes when someone actually like, comes out and says anything.
10 minutes.
Yeah, it was wild. I was about to sleep.
Yeah, I'm parking and storming in at that point. Yeah, and everything's free.
I was like, should I knock on the window and say, hey, please, like, come in and ask me to do your thing?
Sure.
I didn't say anything to them. I forgot to. And
After 11 minutes, I was going to say something.
down, hands me my food, and I almost say, do you need me to pay? But then I was like, no, you're not going to ask me to say anything, so I can't.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, Hannah.
Yeah.
Think about this.
That would do something, but I've learned you don't always have to say something.
No, you don't. Think about this. When you get to the end of your life, would you kill for 10 minutes extra?
Yes.
They took that from you.
Yeah.
So you get a free bread bowl full of cheddar broccoli soup. Yes, absolutely.
So I
Did you know, let me tell you a story real quick. Panera started as a charity. So I heard this the other day. You know Panera, right? They make all the bread, the Panera place, right? They started as a pay what you want kind of environment. So they were called Panera Cares. And they had all these restaurants where they would put a suggested price up here, and people would come in and pay whatever they could or whatever they thought was over that would pay for the next person or something. It failed miserably on two fronts. One, you would get a lot of the like college kids that would come in and they would say, okay, give me 3 ham sandwiches, 4 cups of soup, and here's my dad's card, put $3 on it, that kind of thing, right? So a bunch of kids taking advantage of the system. The other problem they had was with the homeless that would come in and just like hunker down. They'd bring their baskets. There was terrible smells. They had to close down bathrooms because there would be blood and all kinds of stuff in bathrooms and things. And so it was a good intention, but it just doesn't work. Those pay as you. Yeah. So when you have one of those places and you're saying, pay what you wish or pay what you would like. You ever been to one of those places? So when you have one of those places, it's almost like it has to be supported by like the community. You'd have to have fundraisers and things like that to go with it. That was not that funny a story, but it was interesting. Yeah.
But I'll tell you the one time in my life that I really felt bad about.
Sure.
I don't like to lie because when they're doing all this, found out.
But as an actor, aren't you really lying all the time?
As an actor, I work with truth.
Okay.
And I have a terrible conscience.
Okay. I get that.
But I taught school at Calvary Christian School.
I remember Calvary. Yeah.
And the principal said, I never read any of the book but the Bible. That kind of question.
Yes, sure. That's the kind of place I got kicked out of twice, Henry. Yeah.
And so I did something and made a statement. So I forgot what it was. He called me and he said, I don't think we can keep you because you don't believe in people.
Right.
I didn't just pay you.
Right.
And that was one.
Is that with the snakes?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was the kind that got.
I love that stuff.
To get ready to go on a field trip, oh, let's take the bus and just go right up together. And I said,
What?
Let me follow in my car. So anyway, I said,
let me follow in my car.
He's going to find me. And it was in March, and I had 3 months to go.
Sure. Right.
And I wanted to finish the job. So, because I was
Right.
So I'm 3 minutes left on the field. Save my soul, please save my soul. And he did. He saved me, and I went through. This artificial saved me. And I went home and I blew the photos up. And like that's old. It's the worst thing I've ever done. So God, I just went right into a hole. I cried for years. And it's awful.
Yeah.
And I got home.
But you got to.
At the end of the year,
But I got over it. That's fantastic.
he suspected that I did that.
Yeah.
But I always went through. After his school, his next week, teachers looked at
Right. Sure. Sure.
I walked to his office and told him everything I believed and everything he did. And I walked out and got in my car, and I felt so clean.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
I did that. Got
My
banned from the
favorite,
church.
my favorite part of that story is I felt so terrible. I wanted to hide from God, but I got over it. Yeah, that's my favorite line. I love that. Yeah, that's great. But I got over it. What are you saying? Okay. All right, Michael, we got to get out of here. We've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes now. So what I'm going to ask from you, Michael, is a final story. I don't really care what the story is about. I'm just saying I want Michael to tell me a story. What do you got?
Let's see. I got into a rodeo for free.
You got into a rodeo for free.
Yeah.
All right. Where was this?
Mineral Wells.
Mineral
Town close to
Wells.
us,
I
and
know it well.
Yeah. And so how I did was all I did was claim to be helping with the 4-H things, which I wasn't in 4-H at the time, and I was like, oh yeah, because people were volunteering, kids who were in the 4-H were volunteering. I was like, yeah, I'm volunteering.
So you lied about being in the 4-H, and you got into a free
But
rodeo.
then I joined 4-H afterwards.
Is that because you felt bad?
No, because I was showing goats and pigs and all that. But this was before that happened.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Then I got some money out of it because I found like $100 on the ground.
You found $100 on the ground.
Just $100. Right there.
Didn't you almost get trampled by a horse?
Yes,
one time?
I
Yeah.
did.
Tell us
Got
about
my face squashed.
Got his face squashed by a horse.
Right here across my face. Yeah,
Huh?
I fell off.
Hey, you can't tell.
I fell off because my dad literally warned me. He was like, "Hey, there's a mud slick area at the end of the pole." So I
Mud
was
slick
like, "All right."
areas.
But I was like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "Be careful, slow down." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Never did.
Right.
I never keep my butt in the saddle, so that's bad. And so,
So
she started tripping.
so again, you're on a horse,
Yes.
and you're like up off the
I'm
saddle.
not all the way up. I'm just like leaning a little bit forward to where where it could be easily, if she slipped, I can go forward easily.
Yeah, I get that.
So I'm not like fully sitting in the saddle, but
And that's an important part of the saddle is the sitting.
sitting.
Yeah. Okay.
But when I'm running, I have a tendency to just like lean up just a
I
little
get you.
bit.
Yeah, I understand.
But so when I was doing that, she started tumbling and everything, so I fell off. And when horses get up, they
Was the
usually-
horse okay?
Yeah, she was
Okay.
fine.
All right.
She's fat and she's everything else.
Sure.
But so how horses get up is they hit their front feet against the ground and then
Right.
rock backwards a little bit,
Right.
and then stand up using
Yeah.
using their hind legs, but they put all the pressure onto their feet. Well, when I fell off, I fell under her, and so my face was right in the line of fire for the hooves to come down to get up.
Jesus.
So it clipped this half of my face.
Wow.
So like
You're
probably-
very lucky.
So probably right about here.
Yeah.
And she's a good, I would say 1,400 pounds.
Yeah.
So if,
My
if
first
she would have
wife.
gone right here,
was
my
14
face would have been right
Yeah.
in.
You tell me, you don't have any signs of it.
Yeah.
Did you cut anything?
No. All it did was leave just like a big scab.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Well, what I'm saying, Henry, is probably millimeters from crushing this orbital bone,
Yeah,
right,
all
or
of that.
whatever that's called.
One
Yeah.
thing I did notice on here is if
Eye
you see the
socket bone.
eyebrows,
What is it?
Pragmatic.
Zygomatic. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The
Zygomatic bone.
mud probably softened.
yeah, probably because of the mud being all squished and everything. But no, like after I woke up because I was knocked out from that.
Yeah.
I was out for a good 2 minutes. Everyone thought I was dead.
That is a long friggin' time, Michael.
Yes, I was laying there for a good while.
2 minutes is a very long time, is it not, Henry? To be down on the mud after being stepped on by a horse?
Yeah.
That is a long. What? Where was
I was
this?
out some place, I can't remember where.
Mineral Wells.
No, it was.
I'm just saying, their
it was some
response
arena,
time.
right behind the church. Right behind the church.
Right behind the church.
Yeah, right behind the church.
Yeah.
Somewhere like towards Granbury, somewhere like that. Pan areas. But no, my dad ran faster than a horse at a full sprint. In soft sand, soft dirt and everything to get to me.
Say that one more time.
My dad ran faster than a horse.
My dad ran faster than a horse.
At a full sprint.
That's a T-shirt, man.
At a full sprint, too. Horses have a long stride, and he ran faster than that.
Is he a very tall man?
Yeah.
Is he?
It's like 6-something.
6-something.
Yeah.
What are you?
Like 5'8".
Oh.
5'8.5".
Is that a disappointment to him?
No.
Okay, just asking. God, Michael, I wish you were taller.
But no, I think it was like 2 days later we had school yearbook pictures.
Right.
So, my face being all scabbed up as it was,
Right.
The guy decided to be a jerk, and basically he
The
was like,
picture-taking man.
yeah, he was just like, hey, turn your face this way, just that way a little bit. So I was like, okay. He was like, a little more. I was like, okay. He was like, okay, one more time. I was like, okay.
Right. Right.
So my entire face, like that was full scab, was the front of the picture.
Let me ask you something,
So it's
Michael.
near-
Let me ask you something, Michael.
What school?
The opposite
Some small town called Santa.
I was about to look up.
Santa, Texas. So let me
Don't
ask you,
look it
Michael, if you were a guy who goes in and takes photos of kids in a school, would you not try to get the scab-faced boy
Yes.
turned towards the camera?
Yes.
I mean, that's your
Probably
only enjoyment that day.
Yeah.
Because after that,
Probably would.
it's a bottle of $4 wine and, like some ramen noodles or something. That's all
Yeah.
that's waiting on you.
Just the enjoyment of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
he
do
could have
that.
turned your face in the opposite direction.
That's where this side was.
Yeah.
But no, it's full scab. But
But Henry,
After I
everybody
fell off.
wants to look at the elephant man. I mean, that's that's the way it goes. Yeah.
after I got up, my face was like full of dirt. My eye was full of dirt. My mouth was dirt everywhere inside my mouth.
For 2 minutes,
Huge headache. I don't know how long it was. Probably a minute.
when a horse steps on you, you get a headache.
Yeah, but like everyone thought I was dead because I wasn't moving.
Sure.
and so, but after I got up, I had a massive headache. I took 2 ibuprofen and rode again.
2 ibuprofen and rode again.
Yeah,
How
because
old
that's
were
what you
you?
do.
Damn, that's
How
not
old were you?
4 months.
No. 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
Yeah,
That's almost as bad as 4
Something like that.
months. I'm just saying, that's very small.
something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. Something like that.
Do you have any PTSD from that event?
No.
I mean, do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and there's like screaming horse or something? I mean,
No.
huh.
No.
That's
Got kicked
good.
in the chest twice before.
By a horse
Dead
or a
in the
person?
chest. No, horse.
Okay.
Once by a mule,
I
the
had
other
a
one by a
friend-
horse.
I had a friend, his brother trained horses.
Right.
What point was
It's a
it?
dangerous business.
And
It is.
He should have known if he got behind the horse, that the horse kicked him, the heart would kill him instantly.
Oh my God.
But that one,
That's not funny at all, Henry.
And he was the one who got into the traffic jam once in Dallas,
Yeah.
and he was late for a very important business day.
All right.
Or something about him. He got out and rode up and beat up the people who caused the wreck.
Oh my goodness.
He was arrested and my friend had to go get his brother out of jail.
Wow.
So, yeah, but he had a terrible eating problem.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had to just eat there once.
yeah. Yeah.
I hate people with ego problems.
Certainly.
I've gotten it there. I just ask them, why do you have such an ego?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's his thing.
What do they tell you?
They say, that I don't have an ego problem.
Yeah. I think it's a shortcoming. I
Oh,
think
I do too.
so. You hear a lot about like short man syndrome and things like that. I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Not measuring up to others.
Although I've known a tall man who has an ego problem. So,
Well, it's an equal opportunity problem. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. We have gone for 2 hours and 13 minutes. Doesn't seem like it.
They're just 4.
Seems like at least 3 hours. 6 ish. It's what?
Yeah, 6.
8:06. Yeah. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Yeah, what I'm saying. Yeah. We did well.
If I talk too much,
Those Dragon Ball Z things will do that to you.
If I talk too much on this,
Henry, you don't talk enough. Yeah, I would like for you to just sit over there and just talk the entire time. You tell some of the most amazing stories, and I've told you this before. And I think Hannah feels the same way. Probably Shannon feels the same way. I don't know about Michael. He works with horses, but I think some of your stories are really fascinating. They really are. They really are. Yeah, look for that documentary coming soon. Henry Carter, A Life Well Lived.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, to a something near you. Yeah. Newspaper something. All right, Henry.
yeah,
What do you want to say? Say bye.
I need to get you on.
There you go. There you go, Hannah. Hit it. Say it really loud.
Bye.
Bye. She says. Shannon.
Yo.
There you go. Michael.
Yes.
Horseman.
Yes.
Tell us. Send us out of here. Say something really that'll stick with people for years to come. They can think back on this time. They can go, I remember that night. It was 8:07ish, January the 24th. Michael said something. It warmed my heart. It kept me from jumping off that bridge. Tell them that thing, Michael. What is it?
Don't be
Hit 'em in the
stupid
heart.
around horses.
Don't be stupid around horses. That's fantastic. I like that.
That's always the cause of injuries, being stupid.
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you. See you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Can you